Hi, students. This is an overview and reading of the poetry of Jessie Pope. Her poetry should be part of your World War I sources section. You'll be able to use these poems on your assessment essay. Jessie Pope was a British author and poet. Before the war, she had mainly been an author of children's books. But when the war started, especially in the early years of the war, she turned to sort of overly patriotic poetry for newspapers and magazines. Her poems are very nationalistic and patriotic, so they fit the term that we learned in this unit, jingoistic. If you don't know what that term means, return to your notes and learn what jingoism is. Jessie Pope never became famous, at least not during her time, and her poetry wasn't necessarily good, but she was very popular. She mostly appears in the history of the war now as an example of the sort of nationalistic, patriotic, pro-war poetry that was written for a casual audience and not at a particularly sophisticated literary level. With this task, I'm going to ask you to have one or both of Jessie Pope's poems added to your sources section. You can choose from The Call and War Girls, and if you want, you can certainly do both. In class, I'd like you to work with a group of 2 or 3 students with the same poem you've chosen. Read it twice through, discuss any confusing language. Feel free to annotate on the page, clarify those terms if needed. And then do a full soapstone analysis for the poem. If you need help on soapstone, ask your teacher, especially your English teacher. Please include any historical details and vocabulary from the textbook readings in your analysis. And then finally, when you're done, there are 2 items missing from the MLA citation at the top of the page. Please add those items on the lines and pay attention to the specifics of punctuation and so forth. You should be looking now at a page that looks like this. I think the only sort of clarification to add before we read War Girls is khaki, the color of the uniforms of World War I British soldiers. She talks a lot about the khaki boys. Those are the young men gone off to fight in World War I. The poem was written in 1916, so the war is sort of 2 years in at this point, and this would have been published in Britain in a popular newspaper or magazine at the time. War Girls by Jessie Pope. There's the girl who clips your ticket for the train, and the girl who speeds the lift from floor to floor. And there's the girl who does a milk round in the rain, and the girl who calls for orders at your door. Strong, sensible, and fit, they're out to show their grit and tackle jobs with energy and knack. No longer caged and penned up, they're going to keep their end up till the khaki boys come marching back. There's the motor girl who drives a heavy van. There's the butcher girl who brings your joint of meat. There's the girl who cries, "All fares, please," like a man, and the girl who whistles taxis up the street. Beneath each uniform beats a heart that's soft and warm, though of canny mother wit they show no lack. But a solemn statement this is, they've no time for love and kisses, till the khaki soldier boys come marching back. Don't forget to complete the MLI citation at the top, filling in the gaps in the formal poetry citation when you've finished your soapstone. The other poetry of Pope's that we have to choose from is The Call. I think the only details to know, again, the khaki uniforms come up again, and at the end there is the reference to biting one's thumbs. It's a sort of a nervous gesture, a hesitant gesture to nervously sort of bite your thumb. This is The Call by Jessie Pope. Who's for the trench? Are you, my laddie? Who will follow French? Will you, my laddie? Who's fretting to begin? Who's going out to win? And who wants to save his skin? Do you, my laddie? Who's for the khaki suit? Are you, my laddie? Who longs to charge and shoot? Do you, my laddie? Who's keen on getting fit? Who means to show his grit? And who'd rather wait a bit? Would you, my laddie? Who'll earn the empire's thanks? Will you, my laddie? Who'll swell the victor's ranks? Will you, my laddie? When that procession comes, banners and rolling drums, who'll stand and bite his thumbs? Will you, my laddie? Again, carry out a full soapstone analysis, complete the MLA citation, and add one or both of these poems to your sources section for use on your World War I assessment essay.